Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Tamer and welcome back to another episode of iTalk Tech. Today I'll be doing an epic comparison between the iPhone 6s and the Galaxy S6. These two phones are rivals for 2015, 2016, whatever year you're looking at this. Now before I do begin, make sure you guys go down below and smash that like button as well as hitting that subscribe button for more content like this. Now without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so let's first talk about design. So the iPhone 6s is very beautiful. Comes in a nice full aluminum body and it comes in 4 colors: silver, space gray, champagne gold, and a new edition of rose gold. Now the iPhone 6s is technically a little bit thicker than the previous generation iPhone 6. Instead of being 6.9 millimeters, they raised it to 7.1 in order to fit Force Touch. And then the Galaxy S6 on the other hand is actually a really nice phone as well. It looks beautiful as well. Now the Galaxy S6 has aluminum on the sides, but it has glass on both the top and the front. Now it may attract more fingerprints than the iPhone 6, but either way they're all beautiful devices. And the Galaxy S6 on the other hand is thinner than the iPhone 6s. So the Galaxy S6 comes at 6.9 millimeters compared to the iPhone 6s's 7.1 millimeters. Now in terms of display, these phones have very different displays, if you can even believe it, in this 2015 world that we have displays that are pretty different. So the iPhone 6s features a 4.7-inch IPS display with a resolution of 1334 by 750. Now thinking about this number, it's just shy higher than the 1280 by 720 or 720p, how we call it, resolution. Now if we look at the Galaxy S6, it has a 5.1-inch Super AMOLED display with a resolution of, catch it, 2560 by 1440. Now looking at these two numbers, right, the Galaxy S6 has almost 2 times the amount of resolution as the iPhone 6s. Now that's a big difference, because you can tell when you look at these phones which one is clear because of the pixel density. The PPI is almost doubled in this case. So while the Galaxy S6 may be higher in pixel per inch than the iPhone 6s, they're both beautiful displays. You can't go wrong with either one of them. But you can definitely tell a difference when you're looking at a 2560 by 1440 display and a 1335 by 750 display. So it's basically all up to you which screen you prefer and which one you wouldn't mind having and using for the rest of the day. Alright, now let's move on to the hardware aspect of these phones. Now these are also very different phones in hardware perspective. So the iPhone 6s comes with Apple's own custom A9 chip, which is dual cores, and comes with 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is actually one more than it currently had in the iPhone 6. So good job on Apple for bumping that up a little bit. But if we look at the Galaxy S6, it has Samsung's own custom Exynos processor, which is basically an octa-core processor, but has 3 gigabytes of RAM, which is one more than the iPhone 6s. Does this technically mean that the Galaxy S6 is better than the iPhone 6s? Well, we really don't know that, because the iPhone 6s's software runs much differently than the Galaxy S6's Android software, so we can't really compare them right now until we have further testing done on these. But both these phones have great processing inside of them. They're going to be great for gaming, going to be great for watching videos and Netflix, so there really isn't big of a difference. Alright, now let's move on to the camera aspects of both these phones. So the iPhone 6s comes with a 12 megapixel rear-facing camera that can record up to 4K video, similar to the Galaxy S6. And it also features a new 5 megapixel front-facing shooter as well. Now the Galaxy S6 has a little bit of different of a rear-facing camera. They have a 16 megapixel rear-facing camera that can also record up to 4K, as well as a 5 megapixel front-facing shooter, just like the iPhone 6s. Now in terms of camera performance, we haven't really tested them out yet, and we haven't really in-depthly compared the two shots between each other, so stay tuned for that one for a complete detailed photo test. So in terms of battery, these phones have actually pretty different battery sizes inside of them. So the iPhone 6s, very similar to the iPhone 6, comes with an 1810 milliamp battery, and the Galaxy S6 on the other hand comes with a 2550 milliamp battery. Now you may be thinking, hey, these milliamp sizes are drastically different. The Galaxy S6 has a lot more milliamps than the iPhone 6s. Does that mean we're going to see better battery life on the Galaxy S6? Well, not really. The Galaxy S6 has different components than the iPhone 6s. The Galaxy S6 has to put a 2560 by 1440 display, its own custom Exynos processor, as well as 3 gigabytes of RAM. So it's got a lot of things to run and do with those 2550, and as well as its OS, it likes to hog a little bit more battery than, for example, per se, the iPhone's iOS operating system. So both these phones claim they can deliver about 13 to 14 hours of regular use. So we haven't really put these to the test yet, but we'll be sure to do a detailed battery test on them pretty soon. But both of them should last an average of a day. For the Galaxy S6, we have seen it last approximately a day, a little bit less or more than a day. Now on the iPhone 6s, we haven't really got to test it yet, but we can definitely say, based on the previous iPhone 6, that it will last a day, and if Apple does any more software tweaks to it, such as adding power saving mode, then it will definitely give it a little bit more boost. So in terms of operating system, these two phones run on completely different operating systems, and it basically all comes down to the matter of which operating system you feel more comfortable with, or one that you feel like will provide you the best benefit. So the iPhone 6 comes with Apple's own iOS 9 operating system, whereas the Galaxy S6 features Android 5.0's operating system, as well as an added layer of theme, basically, called TouchWiz. All in all, I love these operating systems both equally. There's not one I would prefer more than the other one. It all comes down to which one you prefer more. Whether you're a person that loves the Android operating system and you're already in that ecosystem, or you really like that Apple's operating system and you're already in that Apple ecosystem. So also, it's a matter of preference. I'm not biased, I'm not a fanboy, I'm just telling it how it is. Now let's move on to the last category. We just talk about some different aspects that these phones have in common, and some of the features they have different. So both the iPhone 6s and the Galaxy S6 feature their own fingerprint scanner. So the iPhone 6s has its Touch ID, and the Galaxy S6 has its own fingerprint reader sensor. Now the iPhone 6s also includes Apple Pay, which is their own method of NFC payments, whereas Samsung Pay also has their own form of mobile payments called Samsung Pay. So both these phones can accept mobile payments, and it's supporting retailers. Now the iPhone 6s features a Force Touch, which the Galaxy S6 does not. Now Force Touch allows you to interact with your phone in a different manner than any other phone currently on the market. Now as we've seen with the Apple Watch, it allows for the phone to basically detect how deep of a pressure you're pressing on the phone or on the screen itself. Now this will be able to activate many different functions. For example, if you're on a map, if you force press, it drops a pin for you, or it navigates you to this place you were looking at. So that's a pretty cool feature that the Galaxy S6 does not have. And if you're really into that and you think that's a big feature that you would love to have, then I think maybe the iPhone 6s would be the one for you to get. Alright guys, now I hope you enjoyed this comparison. I hope this really helped you in deciding which phone you like more and some of the things that make them stand out from themselves. Now I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to go drop down below and give this video a big thumbs up, as well as subscribing down below for more content like this. Now stay tuned for more content on the iPhone 6s versus the Galaxy S6 and more detailed comparison tests between them. Well, without further ado guys, see you guys in the next one. Peace.